Hello snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to review the Endeavor Scout. This board is available in 5 sizes: 153, 156, 159, 162, and 165. This board features Endeavor's hover camber, which is a set back camber, so you get a little more rocker in the nose, and then traditional camber through the insert channels. Yes, this board does have the channel. Deal with it. It's red too. I rode this board at Park City in the canyons out in Utah. It snowed about 6 inches overnight, and it was like heavy, wetter snow, very Northwest style. There was some humidity in there, and it kept snowing through the day. Depending where you went on the mountain, you'd either get that heavy chunder snow and you'd hit ice and scree underneath, or you would just hit bottomless snow and not have to really worry about too much. It was a little lighter because the temperatures did get colder as the day went on. It was overcast, visibility was kind of shit, which doesn't really matter for you because you weren't testing it. And I rode these with my K2 Thraxis boots and my K2 Indie bindings. Now, the catalog said that this board was on the softer side, and I don't agree with that. I feel like this board was more middle of the road. You know, it just didn't really feel super soft to me. It was just more in line to being that middle of the road flex that you know you can hop on and it's not going to be super stiff and it's not going to be super soft. You have a little bit more play out the tip here, then it's stiffened up underfoot, and the tail was kind of close to what the nose flex was. There's a moderate amount of torsional flex, but not an overabundance. I will say that the tail is a little bit stiffer just with the way the carbon layup is. You'll notice that when you push into it. It's not like crazy stiffer than the nose, it's just noticeably stiffer than the nose. When it comes to stability, this board does a great job of dissipating any energy that could be going back underfoot. It's not dampened dead, it's actually just really lively, it's stable, but it's one of those boards that you don't feel like you're getting a lot of leg fatigue. The only time I noticed any chatter at the tip or the tail was way out in the nose, super rutted out groomers near the end of the day where it was just flapping a little bit and pushing through push mounts, and it did everything in its power to dissipate that energy as it came back under the front foot. It didn't fatigue me there. In rutted out terrain, this board flexed and bent with any contour. It never bucked me around. This board was actually very stable. I cannot stress that enough. With that traditional camber underfoot and carbon in the tail, you can get a lot of pop and snap out of this board. You do have to load it up, but it's not aggressive. It's one of those boards that you can snap with on the fly. You're not fighting it. You're not having to be more calculated with it. It does a great job of boosting. You can launch cat tracks, side hits. You know, if you're in the trees and you're riding a bunch of like mounds and shit like a pillow line, you can pop from one to the other and not have to worry about it. When it comes to buttering on this board, you have to muscle it around. You have to, you know, really engage that sweet spot. And it takes a bit to find that sweet spot in the nose and the tail. And the tail is way more aggressive than the nose just due to that carbon. It'll get the job done. And I know that they're marketing this as like a freestyle pow board. I would say it's more like a freestyle jump board than like a butter around in the pow and launch side hits kind of fuck around pow board. It's like you're gonna go hit a kicker into pow type pow board. The side cut on this board just feels comfortable the second you get on the board. You realize right away that it's gonna engage, it's gonna rip, and you don't have to worry about it. It transitions from edge to edge smoothly. It's great at short, tight, quick turns or long, hard drawn out carves. What's nice is you've got traditional camber and carbon in the tail. So when you load this board up, you can slingshot out of the turn, load it back up, then slingshot out of the next turn. It's one of those boards that just grips and rips and just does what you need it to do when you're out there carving. So who's this board for? It's definitely for someone that wants camber underfoot, a little bit more directional board, but that's freestyle focused for powder. This isn't going to be a board for everyone, and it is one of those what we call a medium volume shifted deck, so you can downsize on it, which gives it a little bit more freestyle versatility. There's aspects of this board that are definitely freestyle focused, and then there's aspects of it that are more all mountain or bordering slightly on freeride focused. Would I absolutely go ride the park with this thing? No. Would I go hit a backcountry jump with it if I still did that type of shit? Yes. This is a board that you can spin with. You know, if you're on a groomer and you need to rip a hard carve, it's gonna do that well. It's one of those solid middle of the road powder freestyle focused boards. It's slightly directional, you know, and it's not a bad board. It's not a great board. It's just kind of middle of the pack. Comparable boards: the Rome Ravine, the Yes Standard, the Venture Zelix. This has been my review of the Endeavor Scout. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you thinking of buying one? Are you looking for a medium volume shifted, cambered, powder freestyle board? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we've got going on. And if you'd really like to support us and you like what we're doing and you want to see us build out our snowboarding network and expand our content offering, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's the best way to support us and the projects you know and love. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.